Today on Good Morning Maine, a tense police standoff comes to a peaceful ending in Milford.
Plus, the latest on the effort to study the impact that PFAS chemicals are having on Mainers.
And Maine's highest court will hear the latest challenge to Maine's ban on Sunday hunting. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have all those stories coming up a little bit later on, but first a check of our forecast. Turning out to be a beautiful start to the day already. We had a live picture from Searsport a short time ago. Beautiful sunny weather down there on the coast, and it looks like we'll see maybe a few more clouds as the day rolls along, but really a touch of summer today. It's going to be warm.
It's going to be lovely. We have best of both worlds. It's going to summer heat if you like it, but we also have that peak foliage in a lot of areas. And on to what you said, we'll have another look at that live shot later in the show, and we'll hear about Bangor Uncorked, so all sorts of fresh stuff for the 8 a.m. hour of Good Morning Maine. But now I'm out of breath.
Let's send it over to Devin first to get a check of our forecast for the day.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. Discover Joe's Market, 102 Garland Street in Bangor. Your one-stop shop for groceries, fine wines, and craft beers. Quality and variety await you at Joe's. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. A few things showing up on the radar, though. Maybe a few raindrops moving into the northern parts of the state earlier this morning, but notice how that's quickly fizzled out. So anything that did develop, it's out of here now, and we're going to be dry out there today with a partly cloudy sky that will be expected. As we do zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, though, again, outside of that, we're pretty quiet. High pressure is pretty strong across some parts of the area, so that's why the rain I was tracking southeast fizzled out very quickly. Otherwise, some other areas would have seen some showers, but a lot of that has since tapered off. So futurecast for today, a partly cloudy sky will be the general idea. We'll hold on to a few clouds again overnight tonight, maybe some areas of dense fog as we head towards early Wednesday morning. And the winds won't be a huge deal either, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour today. They'll back off a little bit later on tonight, and even as we head towards tomorrow, not bad, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour at best. So for today, not too bad. Partly cloudy, record highs possible today with highs in the low 80s and out west wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 50s for the overnight low. Partly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a partly cloudy sky, temperatures warming into the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, new details this morning concerning a police standoff that shut down Route 178 in Milford on Monday. It came to a peaceful ending after a person who was barricaded inside a home agreed to surrender. The sheriff's office says it all started at around 2:50 yesterday afternoon when investigators with the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency and the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office were in the vicinity of the Bradley Road in Milford conducting an investigation. They say, quote, a situation involving weapons occurred and an increased law enforcement response was required. The residence was secured by law enforcement, and over the course of the situation, 2 people left the home and were taken into custody, and a 3rd person experiencing medical issues was taken to a hospital. A 4th person remained barricaded inside the home, but after negotiations, that person also surrendered. Police have not released the names of the people or the charges that they might be facing. More information should be available later on today.
A Madison man accused of killing his former roommate appeared in court Monday morning. 61-year-old Roland Flood is charged with murder in the death of 57-year-old Mark Tribue of Anson. Tribue's body was found inside his vehicle at a cemetery on East Houghton Street in Madison in July. Maine State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss said Flood had lived with Tribue in Anson shortly before Tribue was killed. Court records indicate there was an alleged argument between Tribue and Flood when Flood was asked to move out. According to court records, Flood admitted to threatening to kill Tribue, but he told police it was just a joke. No decision was made on bail at yesterday's Harnish hearing. The court is allowing both sides more time to file arguments in the matter.
One person was seriously injured in a crash yesterday in Kentuskig. The crash happened a little after 1 p.m. on Broadway. Sergeant William Sheehan with the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office says a truck was slowing down to make a turn when a motorcycle suddenly collided with it.
Apparently it was a service truck that was involved, was slowing down to make a right turn into a residence, and the motorcycle, who was also traveling north behind the service truck, basically didn't stop in time.
Sheehan says the motorcycle hit the back of the truck. The driver of the motorcycle was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. That crash remains under investigation, and it's not clear whether charges will be filed.
The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office has issued a warning about a phone scam that has resurfaced. Our Grace Blanchard has the details.
These aren't the scams of old days where they're talking about winning lotteries.
The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is warning Mainers of phone scammers who are impersonating local law enforcement agencies and officers in an attempt to obtain credit card information.
And they're calling residents and saying that there's either a warrant for their arrest or they have some other pending legal matter against them.
According to Sheriff Morton, the scammers suggest the matter can be resolved by paying bail or a fee over the phone. He says that should be the first red flag.
Enforcement will never call asking to fundraise money, and they'll never call to ask you to pay for warrants, bails, or fines over the phone. It just simply does not happen.
Morton says the scammers are not targeting specific demographics.
We've noticed that a lot of these phone scams simply go out to anybody that they can reach.
Sheriff Morton is urging people to refrain from giving away personal information over the phone.
If you have any questions, just simply tell the caller that you'll contact local law enforcement and confirm any information with them.
He says they will continue to release updates on social media, but ultimately, it's up to citizens to be aware and recognize the warning signs.
While some of us chuckle and laugh and think that we would never be victims of scams, this happens far too often. It happens over and over again where people are losing money that we cannot get back for them. Please don't fall victim to scams.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news, the state's Environment and Natural Resources Committee held a discussion Monday morning surrounding the PFAS in Products law. Back in 2021, the state passed that law requiring manufacturers to report PFAS chemicals used in their products to the state by the January 1st, 2023. Well, that deadline has now been pushed to January 1st, 2025. The law also bans the sale of products containing intentionally added PFAS in Maine unless it's been designated as an unavoidable use by the Department of Environmental Protection. Senator Stacey Brenner says this discussion allowed the Environment and Natural Resources Committee to address their own concerns.
What we learned today just helped bolster in many ways the work we've done, and it might also bring the committee into a place of interest to think about further amendments should they be necessary.
Senator Brenner says the committee will continue to have these discussions and monitor what other parts of the world are doing in tackling this ongoing issue.
The forever chemicals, as we know, they're called PFAS, are not going anywhere. Two Maine doctors spent the month of September gathering information from Mainers whose wells were tested by the DEP. As Jody Hersey tells us, all the data they collect will be used to study these forever chemicals and their impact on people's health.
Mainers living in Somerset, Kennebec, and Waldo counties, whose water was identified by the DEP as having high levels of PFAS, were invited to attend one of the town halls held in Waterville or Thorndike in September. Dr. Rachel Criswell of Reddington Fairview Hospital in Skowhegan and researcher and Dr. Abby Fleisch of Maine Health in Portland are studying PFAS and its impact on Mainers' physical and mental health.
The two questions that we're trying to answer is what other exposure pathways other than water might be present in central Maine for PFAS. We're in sort of a unique situation here because the sludge with PFAS in it was applied directly to the land. So rather than just being in the water source, it's in our soil, it's in our food.
Dr. Criswell says research has shown PFAS has been linked to several health issues, such as cancer, high cholesterol, and liver and thyroid disruptions. Unity resident and former firefighter David Smith was more than willing to participate in the study by filling out a survey and giving a blood sample.
The more everybody learns about this, the more it's going to help to find solutions.
Dr. Criswell says 100 people have participated in this PFAS study so far. However, she'd really like 300 participants for her research. It's why she's decided to extend enrollment and have folks contact her at her office in Skowhegan so that she can gather more information on these forever chemicals.
What I'm hoping is that this can form a backbone for future studies about PFAS in our community. And so making sure that we have a good foundation for those future questions is really important to us right now.
In Thorndike, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
So there's different treatments you can do to get rid of PFAS from your water. Reverse osmosis seems like one of the main treatments that's reliably gets rid of PFAS, and that's often in bottled water. But the problem is those bottled waters are usually in plastic bottles, which have PFAS in them more often than not. I mean, and a Maine law can't keep companies that are nationwide from putting that ingredient in their bottles.
We still have a ways to go when it comes to that.
It's scary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess a carbon filter is your other option for tap water, but those are hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and they have to be replaced fairly often.
Having to buy bottled water, that adds up too. All
Right.
that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yep.
So I guess we just shouldn't think about it too much for now. Okay, the time now is 8:10.
That's the way I go about most things. Just I'm not gonna think about it.
Normally I am that way too, but this is interesting. Okay, coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a Castine native is making dinner time easier for people in the Mid-Coast area. We'll hear about her meal kits that support other local businesses.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. A great day today. Partly cloudy skies with highs up near 82 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog, lows dropping down to the upper 50s. Tomorrow, another partly cloudy day on the way, a bit cooler with a high near 78.
Bell's Automotive Protection is Maine's #1 mobile undercoating and rust-proofing service. We come right to your driveway, protecting your vehicles from harsh winter road brines and chemicals, saving you thousands of dollars later on from expensive and dangerous rust repairs. Call us or find us on Facebook for a free quote, 659-3805.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs at fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
Bell's Automotive Protection is Maine's #1 mobile undercoating and rust-proofing service. We come right to your driveway, protecting your vehicles from harsh winter road brines and chemicals, saving you thousands of dollars later on from expensive and dangerous rust repairs. Call us or find us on Facebook for a free quote, 659-3805.
Only one question leads to life-changing money.
Is it real or is it snake oil?
The game is simple. 2 outrageous products. Just pick the real from the fake.
Would you buy one of those?
Yeah, but I'm a weirdo.
Celebrity Sleuths help expose who's lying.
You a cop. You can detect snake oil.
How much would you risk?
They get excited. They like to spend your money.
Go big or go home.
The con is on.
Let's play snake oil.
All new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
If you're craving a local sustainable meal kit, a Castine native may have the perfect solution for you. Our Callie Warren has the details.
For Kate Pilot, food is a love language.
We're going to do some onions and we'll do a tomato in here.
So when she realized the lack of a locally sourced meal kit service in Maine, she set out to change that.
So I have always really appreciated the experience of a meal kit. It takes out the stress around planning and sourcing for a meal that you want to make, and it keeps you kind of out of that slump of what do you want for dinner? I don't know, what do you want for dinner? And you just always have a dinner ready to go.
Farm and Fish started in June and offers a lineup of meals that are delivered in the Mid-Coast area. The meal kits offer local, fresh ingredients with recipes to be prepared in the comfort of your own kitchen.
In my experiences with the national brands, you don't really know where your food is coming from, and there's a lot of plastic packaging. And so I started Farm and Fish to try to address those two gaps.
Pilot sources ingredients from all over the state and prepares the kits in a commercial kitchen in Blue Hill.
By buying a meal kit from Farm and Fish, they're supporting sometimes 15 to 20 different small businesses in Maine.
With 10 different meals offered every week to fit most dietary needs, Farm and Fish offers something for everyone. For more information on meal kit delivery, visit farmandfish.me. In Blue Hill, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, the Eastern Area Agency on Aging held the first of its 4 vaccine clinics on Monday afternoon at the Durgan Center. Participants could get both their flu and COVID-19 vaccines in the same day. The clinics are the result of a partnership between Maine's 5 area agencies on aging and Northern Light Health. The organization set a goal of vaccinating 8,000 community members statewide from now until April. Eastern Area Agency on Aging's Communications Director Christopher Hill says it's still recommended for everyone, especially the older population, to get the most up-to-date vaccine.
It's not age discriminate. It can attack anyone, but especially with our population here at Eastern Area Agency on Aging, we deal with an older population, and that means, unfortunately, the older population doesn't necessarily always have the immune system that they would need to fight off those illnesses.
Bangor resident Edward Baker was one of the participants who received both his flu and COVID vaccines. He says he's getting the vaccines to stay healthy as possible so he can keep visiting his friends at the Durgan Center.
It's important because if we're senior citizens, we have a few health problems, so it's important to get your flu shot every year.
Well, if you missed yesterday's vaccine clinic, there are more lined up. You can see the dates right there on your screen. The next vaccine clinic will be held at the Sullivan Town office on October 11th from 9 until 12. After that, another one will be held at the Piscataquis Regional YMCA in Dover Foxcroft on October 23rd. And then the final vaccine clinic will be back at the Durgan Center in Brewer on November 6th from 12 until 3 p.m.
Plenty of options. All right, the time now is 8:16. After the break, Maine's highest court will soon hear whether hunters can start heading into the woods on Sundays.
We'll have that story and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
We've been in business for 31 years, and our employees and guests are like family. We've worked hard, and they've worked hard. That's why question 3 worries me. It puts our power grid in the hands of politicians. It costs $13.5 billion. That's billion with a B. Can you believe that? That could mean higher taxes for all of us. It's bad for our business, and it's bad for Maine. Question 3 is a risk Maine can't afford.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Toyota's all-wheel drive vehicles not only conquer the elements, Toyota conquers its competitors by sheer selection. You see, Toyota has 20 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models. That's more than Subaru, more than Honda, more than Jeep. Conquer most anything with a tough Tacoma 4x4, the best-selling midsize pickup for 18 years, and named Best Truck among midsize pickups. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. You know it. Now through October 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Whether you're new to a gym or a fitness pro, the Judgment-Free Zone is the place for you. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends October 13th.
Oh, yeah, that's the energy.
Today, my friend, you did it! You did it! You did it!
Centrum Silver is now clinically shown to support cognitive health in older adults. It's one more step towards taking charge of your health. So every day, you can say, with Centrum Silver.
Since the latter part of the 19th century, hunting on Sundays has been banned in the state of Maine. After Maine's Right to Food constitutional amendment passed in 2021, one Maine family sued the Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife to lift the ban on Sunday hunting. After the lawsuit was dismissed in Kennebec County last year, the case will now be heard by Maine's highest court. Our Doug Banks has the story.
On Wednesday, October 4th, Maine's Supreme Judicial Court will hear testimony from the Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife in Virginia and Joel Parker about lifting the ban on Sunday hunting. The ban stems from a blue law instituted in 1883. Blue laws were common during the New England colonial days to regulate morality and conduct.
Hunting has been around for a long time.
so has the ban on Sunday hunting, right? And so to what extent do some of the older regulations that existed before the constitutional amendment, are those kind of grandfathered in, or are they now all suspect?
Opponents of the ban say it's one less day to hunt and provide for their families. Those in favor of the ban indicate that it's the 1 day per week that private landowners and hikers don't have to be concerned with hunters. Passed in 2021, the Right to Food Constitutional Amendment is the first of its kind in the country.
Hunting is not specifically mentioned in the amendment, the constitutional amendment with the right to food, but it talks about harvesting, which I think the argument is that includes hunting.
And according to Baum, Wednesday's events will help define Right to Food's boundaries and how Maine can move forward with this new amendment.
I think what the court says in this first case, I think will kind of go a long way for all of us to understand what is the scope of this right.
In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
It's a very old argument. Maine is a hunting state. I get hunting. A lot of people do it to feed their families. Other people want to use the woods too, though, go on walks and that kind of thing. So
sometimes blaze orange doesn't work.
Yeah, it's come up a bunch now. The Maine Supreme Judicial Court will hear it. Maybe figure that one out once and for all.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy that it's made it that far, but yeah. I'm sure a lot of people are crossing their fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, the time now is 8:21.
Let's get a full look at that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. Discover Joe's Market, 102 Garland Street in Bangor. Your one-stop shop for groceries, fine wines, and craft beers. Quality and variety await you at Joe's. All right, let's get into things this morning. A few returns on the radar. Some precipitation as it's tracked to the south and east. It's really starting to fizzle out, so we're pretty much done with the excitement there. The general idea today will be a partly cloudy sky. As we do zoom things out and give it the bigger picture, high pressure is very strong right now, though, so that's why it's eroding a lot of the precipitation that's moving in our direction. But when it's front well off toward the north, in fact, it's kind of a very interesting setup right now. Here's where the front's currently at across the country, and high pressure is in firm control for us. So overall, we'll be dry moving forward. Anything that we saw this morning in the precipitation department has since moved out. So moving forward for today, a partly cloudy sky will be the general idea. We'll hold on to that later on tonight with some areas of dense fog in a few spots. The fog will burn off as we head towards Wednesday morning. We may hold on to a few clouds for a while as well for you Wednesday, but we'll start to see some improvement as we head towards the afternoon period. By Wednesday night and parts of Thursday, widespread areas of dense fog looks to move in, so we'll have some thick fog as we start things off for your Thursday. Let's talk about temperatures. So the last couple of days have been rather warm, though, in the middle 70s, around 11 to 12 degrees above normal. We're going to get even warmer than that today, though, as our average high temperature should be 64 degrees. We'll go for the lower 80s today, which could set some record highs in a few spots. Then upper 70s Wednesday, lower 70s Thursday into Friday, back in the mid 60s Saturday, lower 60s Sunday, and the cool down continues Monday with upper 50s that will be on the way. I haven't dug this graphic out in a while, but I kind of need to, because look at the dew points that are forecasted for today, possibly middle 60s on the way, so we'll feel a little muggy out there again as well. And in fact, the next few days will feel a little muggy as well as we do move forward, but not as bad. As for the fall foliage, no new update just yet. We might see one tomorrow, though, as we'll see fall foliage. It's still looking pretty decent out there, though, so now it's definitely a good time to enjoy the fall colors while you can before we hit peak and past peak and the leaves start to fall away. So for today, though, lower 80s, partly cloudy today, record highs possible. Now west wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 50s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, upper 70s, partly cloudy, south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here is looking at your extended forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. We'll be partly cloudy on Thursday with highs in the low 70s. Low 70s again for Friday with a mostly cloudy sky, and showers move in on Saturday, highs in the mid 60s.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Matt Scott here from Days World. Maine's most trusted heat pump provider is more polished than ever with an upgraded look at our Ellsworth location and with more than 100 employees serving the entire state of Maine. Due to growth and demand, our newly remodeled Ellsworth location is hiring experienced installers and electricians. You'll get competitive pay, great benefits, and a generous sign-on bonus. Visit our website to apply today. Days World, your trusted partner in heat pump education and installation. Days World, awesome.
On the next Last Man Standing.
I think we need some sort of security system.
We have a great security system at this house. I've got a cabinet full of rifles in my den and these two big guns right here.
It's the latest thing in home protection.
The front door is secure.
And delinquent daughter detection.
Alarms, infrared sensors, laser beams. Isn't this still America?
The answer is yes. This will make it more difficult for you to sneak in after curfew.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
A missing 9-year-old girl and her family reunited in New York on Monday night after hundreds of people spent the day searching for the girl. Fox News correspondent Molly Line has the latest.
She is a blonde, adorable little 9-year-old girl with bangs. She has green eyes, just under 5 feet tall.
A sigh of relief in New York. Missing 9-year-old Charlotte Senna has been found safe. State police releasing a statement Monday night saying she's in good health and a suspect is in custody.
She is just a sweet, adorable girl.
Senna went missing over the weekend during a family camping trip. She was last seen riding her bicycle Saturday night in Moreau Lake State Park, about 35 miles north of Albany. On Sunday, state police issued an Amber Alert, fearing she may have been abducted.
When we couldn't find her here, it was quite possible that an abduction had taken place.
On the move! This launched a massive search led by forest rangers, some 400 certified search and rescue personnel combing through more than 40 miles of wooded areas and waterways. Crews using drones, helicopters, and search dogs to help. New York Governor Kathy Hochul even taking an interest and meeting with Senna's family on Sunday. Late Monday night, she released a statement thanking search crews, saying in part, quote, "It is because of their efforts that Charlotte will be able to return home safe to her family." After days of desperate searching, Senna's parents are likely overjoyed at her return home. The family is described as being very close.
It's just a wonderful family. No one deserves this, but it's very sad to think that they're going through this right now.
State police have yet to reveal how they found Charlotte or give any details on the suspect they have in custody. Officials only saying this is still an active investigation. In Wilton, New York, Molly Line, Fox News.
And a few more details have been released this morning. We have learned that the suspect in the case is a man by the name of Craig Ross. He apparently abducted the little girl and was keeping her in an RV with plans to get some ransom money from her family. Apparently he dropped off a ransom note in their mailbox, and police used a fingerprint found on that note to identify Craig Ross as the suspect. They moved into that RV and they found the little girl. She was being kept in some kind of not a container, but in some kind of a cabinet inside the building. We'll be learning more as the day goes on today. Boy, just I bet her family's very, very happy to get her back.
That's haunting.
Yeah. Moving on now.
Former President Trump's $250 million fraud trial is now underway, with new fireworks overnight from his son Eric. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
Former President Trump is reportedly expected to be in attendance today for day 2 of his civil trial in New York. Yesterday, Trump sat with his arms crossed, shaking his head throughout opening statements, sometimes muttering under his breath. New York Attorney General Letitia James was seen here staring at Trump. She accused the former president of fraud.
No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law.
The judge already ruled Trump did commit fraud, inflating his net worth by as much as $2.2 billion by overvaluing much of his real estate empire. The trial could result in Trump being forced to give up control of his signature properties in New York. Lawyers for the state argue the Trump Organization inflated the value of the Trump Tower penthouse by some $200 million. And while Trump said Mar-a-Lago was worth up to $600 million, the state says its assessed value was no more than $27 million.
The Attorney General's office says Trump inflated his net worth to get better terms on loans and on insurance.
Trump's lawyers say real estate values, even square footage, are subjective and says the Trump properties are Mona Lisa properties, suggesting they're priceless. The former president using familiar language to describe yesterday's proceedings.
So very simply put, it's a witch hunt, it's a disgrace.
His son Eric on Fox News overnight claiming the trial is designed to keep his father off the campaign trail.
They want to have my father spend tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars, so he's distracted, so he can't be in South Carolina, and he can't be in Iowa, and he can't be in Nevada.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Moving on now, turning to Capitol Hill, where House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's job could be in jeopardy. Fellow Republican Matt Gaetz filed a motion to remove McCarthy as Speaker. If a majority of House members vote in favor, McCarthy could be ousted from his post in just a matter of days. ABC's Justin Finch has the latest.
Recognize the gentleman from Florida, Mr.
From the House floor, Florida Republican Matt Gaetz taking aim at Speaker Kevin McCarthy, entering his motion to strip McCarthy of the speakership.
Declaring the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives to be vacant. Resolved that the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives is hereby declared to be vacant.
Now the House has to rule within 48 hours. McCarthy posting his response on social media saying, "Bring it on." Gaetz finally filing his motion after months of threats that intensified over last weekend after McCarthy worked with Democrats to pass a short-term deal to fund the government until November 17th. McCarthy rebuffing Gaetz's challenge.
We got a short time period here, about 45 days to get our work done. That's my entire focus.
That bipartisan agreement buying the House more time after McCarthy failed to win over hardline conservatives who were blocking his stopgap proposals and refusing to support new Ukraine defense funding. Though the final deal does not include Ukraine spending, the president says McCarthy assured him it would be approved separately, an agreement Gaetz says was the final straw. Across the aisle, House Democrats have not said if they will help supply McCarthy with enough votes to keep his gavel.
At the end of the day, I'm waiting to hear from Leader Jeffries.
In U.S. history, there have only been two efforts to remove a sitting House Speaker. Both failed in 1910 and 2015. Gaetz says he has enough Republican votes to oust McCarthy, but says he's prepared for Democrats to support the Speaker.
Justin Finch reporting.
All right, coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll have a live report from Devin Dagnall in Searsport, talking about all the events that are going on in Searsport this weekend. And the video is not correct, but we will also see what happened at Paws on Parade over the weekend.
They had a successful year this year. We'll hear about that and more when we come back.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Now, get 2.99% APR for 60 months or up to $1,500 total savings on the Tucson. See your local Hyundai dealer today.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. It is also Animal Welfare Week.
Observed every year in October, this special week helps promote the humane treatment of all kinds of animals. That includes those used for medical research. It aims at educating the masses about the cruel treatment some animals receive and to advocate for their rights. And it cracked me up this morning. You wrote this one in there. It's also National Boyfriend Day. But what are the two single people going to do talking about that?
Embrace love. If you have love, you're lucky.
We could talk about the love of animals.
Yeah,
I'll
really.
go on and on about that.
Yeah.
But no, today's the day. Remember to post your boyfriends on Instagram and Facebook. That's the name of the game today.
I can't wait to see all that posted.
Be nice.
I know. I'm sorry. All right. On this day in history, back in 1507, Leonardo da Vinci was commissioned. I don't know why I had that little Italian thing in there. Leonardo da Vinci was commissioned by a man to paint a portrait of his wife. He's like, hey, Leonardo, would you paint a picture of my wife?
Right. And now you're going in a different
He's
accent.
like,
I don't know what that accent was.
I don't know what that is. That's my, I don't know. The Mona Lisa would turn out to be one of the most famous paintings in history. That turned out to be the Mona Lisa. That's not her name. I don't remember the name.
That's crazy to me.
It was something else.
I've had a couple people tell me I look like the Mona Lisa, and I think it's the not smiling.
Yeah. You smile all the time.
I do, but I also have, you know, what they call RBF.
Yeah.
Which I won't go into.
You have a stern look from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps.
You're a serious person thinking about things.
35% of the time.
All right. Moving on now.
Okay.
In 1941, the U.S. ambassador to Japan warned that the Japanese might be planning a sudden attack on the U.S. No one believed him, a report that was discounted just 2 months before the attack on Pearl Harbor. And in 1975, Good Morning America premiered on ABC.
In 1976, just a year later, I think, it was 1975 that Good Morning America premiered? Okay. Yeah, just a year later, the horror movie Carrie by Stephen King was released in the U.S. And I love learning about that one because Steve King was like living over in Hamden or Herman when he wrote that, working at a
one of his earliest works.
Yeah, he had new kids. He was working at a laundromat. I love hearing what he had to go through to get Carrie published, and it's just such a cool story.
Yeah, turned out to be one of his biggest.
Yeah. And that movie, the original movie, is still the best of all the Carrie movies and one of the best horror movies of all time, I'd say. Okay, in 2014, I have a lot of opinions. I'm so sorry. And in 2014, a new skyscraper opened on the site of the World Trade Center, 13 years after the deadly attack on America. Today's birthdays include pop singer Gwen Stefani, she's 54 today, rocker Tommy Lee from Motley Crue is 61, and musician Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac is 74.
And some of my favorite artists they're all getting kind of older. Senior citizens.
Yeah.
I guess that means I am too.
Oh, but they're still cool though.
Okay.
that doesn't take away from the cool factor. Yes.
Right. He can
just
still be cool.
Tommy Lee partied too much, so maybe his
body's
cool
a train
factor.
wreck. That's for sure.
Yeah, if you do a lot of drugs, you're going to be less cool because your health declines rapidly.
Yeah. Hey, at least the weather will be nice today.
Hey.
Let's turn things over to Devin for a look at our forecast.
Here we go.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. Discover Joe's Market, 102 Garland Street in Bangor. Your one-stop shop for groceries, fine wines, and craft beers. Quality and variety await you at Joe's. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. A few things showing up on the radar, though. Maybe a few raindrops moving into the northern parts of the state earlier this morning, but notice how that's quickly fizzled out. So anything that did develop, it's out of here now, and we're going to be dry out there today with a partly cloudy sky that will be expected. As we do zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, though, again, outside of that, we're pretty quiet. High pressure is pretty strong across some parts of the area, so that's why the rain I was tracking southeast fizzled out very quickly. Otherwise, some other areas would have seen some showers, but a lot of that has since tapered off. So futurecast for today, a partly cloudy sky would be the general idea. We'll hold on to a few clouds again overnight tonight, maybe some areas of dense fog as we head towards early Wednesday morning. And the winds won't be a huge deal either, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour today. They'll back off a little bit later on tonight, and even as we head towards tomorrow, not bad, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour at best. So for today, not too bad. Partly cloudy, record highs possible today with highs in the low 80s and out west wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 50s for the overnight low. Partly cloudy areas of dense fog on the way, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a partly cloudy sky, temperatures warm warming into the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. The 30th annual Paws on Parade event took place at Husson University over the weekend, and this year's gathering was really one for the books.
The staff at the Bangor Humane Society organized this annual event as a fun and memorable way to raise funds for the nonprofit's operating costs. There were vendors on site with animal-themed merchandise and contests for the pets, such as biggest ears and longest tail. This year's goal was to raise $100,000, but participants generously donated far more than that.
Before the day started, we were already at around $117,000. So we're pretty excited, and it's a year that we really need it. So we're glad to see people coming out to support us.
This is our first time we come to support it. And next year, I want to get a Papillon team together. So anybody's got a Papillon, let's get our team. Let's support the Humane Society.
That's a team I want to be on. I guess I'm going to have to get a Papillon puppy between now and then. Well, the Bangor Humane Society helps house and care for close to 2,000 animals a year until they find their forever home.
Good job by everybody involved.
Dog in a backpack. That was so friggin' cute. Okay, when we return, we'll have a live shot from our Devin Dagnall. He's in Searsport talking about all the fun events that are going on in Searsport, plus another live interview.
Wine on Cork's coming up, so if you like wine,
it's gonna be
food, and beer.
There's something for everybody this weekend. It's a busy weekend in our area.
Got a lot more to tell you about right after this.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
What can I get everyone?
The usual for all of us?
Actually, I'll do the special.
Great choice.
Wow, the special? Look at you.
Switch it up sometimes, you know.
I got 4 vodka sodas and 1 Maine blueberry mojito. So, who ordered the special? I'll grab a few more.
It's time to try something new. For more cocktail inspiration, download the Maine Spirits app.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the sparks that unite us, to the passions that drive us. We're driven by the things we love. From the visions that lead us, the feelings that inspire us, to the roads that bring us together. Coastal Auto Parts, 29 locations in Maine, will get you to the moments that matter most. With the largest network of parts and care to keep you firing on all cylinders. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
25 words or less.
Cereal bowl. Killer.
Catch eerie new episodes.
I love Lisa's response to cereal.
Killer.
Do not have breakfast with Lisa. Full of frightful fun.
Monster. Dracula.
Zombie.
Frankenstein.
And tons of treats.
A widower.
5 days a week.
You're going home with another $10,000. Wow!
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Tonight, big names go head-to-head.
I can name that tune in one note.
Whoa! Celebrity Pack Name That Tune. All new tonight on Fox.
Preparations are underway for Searsport's annual Fling into Fall event.
Devin Dagnall is down there now speaking with a man who will be giving free boat tours as part of the event. Devin?
Thanks, Emma and Craig. I'm here in Stockton with Travis on his boat who's getting ready for Fling into Fall in Searsport. How you doing today?
Great, you?
Well, I'm doing fine. Can you tell me a little bit about Fling into Fall?
Yeah, it's a fall festival that Searsport's been doing for 22 years over there. Just kind of a gathering of the locals. There's car shows and parade at 11 and just kind of a big community event.
All right, and you were telling me that you've actually been involved in this for a couple years now.
Yeah, this will be our third year. We started right after COVID to kind of help do a fundraiser for the school.
Okay, and What are you going to be doing?
We'll be going out and doing boat rides and bringing lobsters and different sea animals and stuff in for a touch tank for the kids and for people to get a chance to get a closer look and learn a little bit about the lobstering industry.
Okay, so you've kind of been doing this for a little while on the side as well as fishing. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I do. I have the business Bugging Me Boat Tours. I do lobster charters out of Stockton, and I've been doing that since 2015. I got licensed.
Okay. So it's been quite a few years. Can you tell me, why do you do it? Is it an educational thing that you just like to tell people what's going on?
Yeah, it's awesome to meet different people from all over the country and kind of explain what lobstering consists of and show. Doesn't always get cast in the best light, and to show people that what we do to take care of the industry and the ocean, and yeah, it's a big educational thing.
All right, so that fling into fall, that's going to be going on this weekend, Friday and Saturday?
Friday evening, there's a few things. Saturday's the most of it. I'll be at the dock from 12:30 to around 5 doing the boat rides at Searsport Dock. And it's all a fundraiser for the Partners in Education group. It's a school enrichment programs and stuff like that, so 100% of it's all free, but if you show up and you want to make a donation to the school, it'd be greatly appreciated.
All right, and what boat are they going to be looking out for on the dock?
The Sarah B, and we'll be right there for the day, and if we're not there, we'll be back because we're out giving rides.
All right, well, come on down to Searsport and look for the Sarah B. Back to you, Emma and Craig.
All right, thank you, Devin. Beautiful day down there on the coast, getting underway there. The water is just like glass.
That's super generous to provide free boat rides like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, fun weekend in Searsport coming up.
Yep. Okay, to prepare for that, let's check in with Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. Discover Joe's Market, 102 Garland Street in Bangor. Your one-stop shop for groceries, fine wines, and craft beers. Quality and variety await you at Joe's. All right, let's get into things this morning. A few returns on the radar. Some precipitation as it's tracked to the south and east. It's really starting to fizzle out, so we're pretty much done with the excitement there. The general idea today will be a partly cloudy sky. As we do zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, high pressure is very strong right now, though, so that's why it's eroding a lot of the precipitation that's moving in our direction. But when it's front well off toward the north, in fact, it's kind of a very interesting setup right now. Here's where the front's currently at across the country, and high pressure is in firm control for us. So overall, we'll be dry moving forward. Anything that we saw this morning in the precipitation department has since moved out. So moving forward for today, a partly cloudy sky will be the general idea. We'll hold on to that later on tonight with some areas of dense fog in a few spots. The fog will burn off as we head towards Wednesday morning. We may hold on to a few clouds for a while as well for you Wednesday, but we'll start to see some improvement as we head towards the afternoon period. By Wednesday night and parts of Thursday, widespread areas of dense fog looks to move in, so we'll have some thick fog as we start things off for your Thursday. Let's talk about temperatures. So the last couple of days have been rather warm, though, in the middle 70s, around 11 to 12 degrees above normal. We're going to get even warmer than that today, though, as our average high temperature should be 64 degrees. We'll go for the lower 80s today, which could set some record highs in a few spots. Then upper 70s Wednesday, lower 70s Thursday into Friday, back in the mid 60s Saturday, lower 60s Sunday, and the cool down continues Monday with upper 50s that will be on the way. I haven't dug this graphic out in a while, but I kind of need to, because look at the dew points that are forecasted for today. Possibly middle 60s on the way, so we'll feel a little muggy out there again as well. And in fact, the next few days will feel a little muggy as well as we do move forward, but not as bad. As for the fall foliage, no new update just yet. We might see one tomorrow, though, as we'll see fall foliage is still looking pretty decent out there, though, so now it's definitely a good time to enjoy the fall colors while you can before we hit peak and past peak and the leaves start to fall away. So for today, though, lower 80s, partly cloudy today, record highs possible. Now west wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 50s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, upper 70s, partly cloudy, south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's looking at your extended forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. We'll be partly cloudy on Thursday with highs in the low 70s. Low 70s again for Friday with a mostly cloudy sky, and showers move in on Saturday, highs in the mid 60s.
When a government-controlled utility took over in Long Island, New York, it made big promises. But what did residents get? Household electric costs increased by more than 50%. customers' bills skyrocketed with new surcharges. The utility ranked the lowest in customer service, and it failed to pay millions in required payments to local schools and fire departments on time. Don't bring New York's problems to Maine. Vote no on question 3.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
There's a reason why Maine State's slogan is the way life should be. It's because our beautiful state is full of humble people, workers, business owners, and neighbors making a difference in their community. I'm always looking for positive and encouraging news stories about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. How fortunate am I that I get to share these special stories? Watch the good news weekdays on Fox 22 News at 10.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We're here with Corey Schall. She is a morning show host, and she's here to talk about Bangor Uncorked. Corey, thanks for
one of my favorite radio stations,
yeah.
I-95.
I-95. I was going to see which one I'm on too. Today, I-95 is where I'm the morning show.
And you're on Z107.3 as well.
I'm on a lot
all
day long. People need to drink because I'm on the air, so it's a good reason that I'm here talking about Bangor Uncorked. Indeed, and we brought you guys some glasses.
Beautiful, thank you. I could always use them.
Yeah, so it's a really fun event. This year we've kind of done a little bit of a different thing with it. We know that it's an event that targets women a lot. It's fun, girlfriend's night out, or you can take maybe a date out for fun, bridal party. It's a really great place, but they've added not only the wines this year, but we have a couple of special spirits and specialty drinks, and Fogtown Brewery out of Ellsworth is going to be there with some beer. So dudes, we got you. You're all set as well. So we've got a wonderful array of local wineries that are going to be there. Dragonfly out of Stetson, they're a local favorite. We've got Blue Lobster Winery coming out of Portland as well, and then Cellar Door is coming from Lincolnville. So if you haven't had a chance to head down to those particular wineries to sample what they have, we kind of bring them up here. And then there are also wines from all over the place. International wines from Africa, from South America, from Europe. We have wineries from California represented, from Oregon, from pretty much all over the place. So there's going to be a lot of wine.
Amazing.
A lot of beer. We have some specialty drinks this year. I know the Damon's mixologists have come up with the Good Witch and the Bad Witch, which I think are really cool. And we're asking people to try both and tell us which one they are.
They're cocktails.
They're specialty cocktails. They have a pumpkin pie cider, which sounds really good. That sounds delicious as well. So there'll be wine there, but also they're going to have some live music. There's a VIP session, and Chris Ross, who is a local singer-songwriter, and he was actually on our show last week and did a really great job. He's going to be there. And then somebody he went to school with, actually, we found out, Stacia Cano, who's also well-known in the area. She's a singer-songwriter. She's going to be doing the 6 p.m. session, too. So there are the 2 sessions you can get. There's the VIP session, which is an extra hour of sampling. And it also gives you the specialty wine glass. Which
I'm going to need a bigger wine
glass. I know.
That's all I
think of it this though.
It's a tasting.
There's 40 wines, and then there's an extra 10 on top of that. So you've got 50 drinks.
I've gotten myself in trouble at a wine tasting before because there's a spit thing for a reason.
Oh, I don't know that I would do that.
I didn't.
This is definitely, certainly, if you go, maybe designate a driver or Uber it because you're going to be there for a while. But there's going to be lots to do, the music and whatnot, and then because it's kind of in the same wavelength of pampering yourself. There's going to be some spa services there, which if you want to go and relax with a little bit of wine and then get the vibe going of the music, and then you feel like getting a little chair massage or a foot spa. I know, you're right. Craig's like, sign me up. I'm all right with that.
Where and when is this?
So it's at the Cross Insurance Center Ballroom. It's happening this Saturday, October 7th.
Nice.
You can get tickets both by going to i95rocks.com. We have a little events tab. You can click there. Ticketmaster has some too. For the pre-sale, which is what you want to get now, because it's going to be $5 more at the door. For the regular standard package, it's $52. I believe for VIP, it's $72. So get them now. Go to the website, enjoy. And we have all the information of who's going to be there and whatnot as well at the website too. So.
And sometimes I feel like that can be a similar price if you go out, bar hopping.
Well, yeah. I mean, think you get 50 beverages to sample for $52. That's $1 a beverage. That's cheaper than anything you're going to get.
Right. Provide cots too, or you can pass out in the corner.
I think the VIP section has some nice lounging couches. So I know. I think they don't do that for a reason.
Don't overstay your lounge welcome.
So it's going to be a really fun time, and we recommend. I mean, we've all been through this summer that wasn't. And we got through school, like back to school season. So I think this is a good celebration for all the grown-ups in the room to come out. If you know a teacher, I keep saying, get the teachers the tickets, because they can certainly use this at this point in time. They're dealing with all of our children and all of their germs. So maybe.
So a treat yourself is much needed.
Treat yourself or treat somebody else you like, and take them with you and enjoy a really fun afternoon of tasting all of the different things that Maine and internationally we have to offer for beverages. So.
Sounds wonderful.
I don't need much more convincing.
I know. Well, trust my arm.
Hey, Corey, we're out of time. We appreciate you coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Maybe we'll see you there this weekend. Who
Probably,
knows?
I would imagine.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
What can your John Deere compact tractor do? Attachments for any job. Financing that's as easy as...
like getting a library card.
Affordable.
You're going to get this bigger tractor, and it's going to be less money.
Dependable.
Through the rain, through the snow, I'll work through it all.
Comfortable.
And I haven't any idea how we survive without it.
Experience United and build a tractor package customized for you.
Does your dream kitchen look like this? Or this? Or maybe you need a little more inspiration. Get it when you explore the complete in-store showroom displays at Hammond Lumber Company. When you find the look you like, the Hammond team will help you customize it, including accurate 3D renderings, so you can visualize your project before the work begins. Hammond offers delivery from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire and professional service after the sale. Your dream kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Hi, I need new tires. Perfect timing. Right now, during our tire savings event, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for only $1. Wow, that's a great deal. Right? Can you imagine finding a tire for less?
Sorry, honey. Mama needs a tire.
No, definitely not. No. Let's get you those tires. Okay.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
25 words or less.
Cereal, bowl,
Killer.
Full of frightful fun.
I love Lisa's response to cereal.
Killer.
Do not have breakfast with Lisa.
5 days a week.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
A 104-year-old Chicago woman is looking to soar into the history books. Dorothy Hoffner attempted to break the record for the oldest person to ever skydive on Sunday. She touched down to a crowd of people cheering her on at Skydive Chicago in Ottawa, Illinois. The Guinness World Record is currently held by a 103-year-old woman from Sweden who set it last year. Skydive Chicago is now working to certify Hoffner's jump to make it the new official world record. Good for her.
That's crazy. I'm glad. Wow.
Still living strong.
That's crazy.
Over 100.
Good for her. Living every day. Oh, wow. Okay, moving on now. If you want to stare down some heart disease risks and win, taking the stairs could help you do that. Researchers at Tulane University's School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine say if you take at least 50 steps upstairs daily, you could cut your cardiovascular disease or stroke risks by 20%. The scientists say climbing creates short bursts of high-intensity activity. They say that helps improve cardiorespiratory fitness. The 50 steps a day is about 5 flights of stairs, so head over to your local bleachers, and that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. And finally, a new study says fast food chains are getting faster. In Touch Insights annual study shows the average wait time in the drive-through lane this year was shortened by 29 seconds. Compared to last year, the study says drive-through times are still behind 2019 times by 15 seconds. The study looked at visits to about 1,500 drive-thrus at 10 major fast food chains. Taco Bell, KFC, and Carl's Jr. ranked at the top of the fastest overall drive-through times, while Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, and Wendy's had the fastest average times per cars. Chick-fil-A also ranked first in order.
Sorry, I was seeing if you had your IFB. We're about out of time. I hope you have a great day.